446, turn left heading 60, join the runway 28 left localizer.
Left at 60 to join the localizer, Walker 446. 28 left localizer, Walker 446.
Walker 446.
8 left, Walker 446. Monterey Regional Tower, Skyhawk November 55296 at runway 28 left, ready to take off.
Skyhawk 55296, Monterey Tower, proceed on course, right 28 left, clear for takeoff, wind 30011, gust 1 enter.
Clear takeoff, 112.9.
No, I'm not sure what you were back. I just gave you the winds, wind 30011, gust 1 enter. If you're looking for a frequency, don't change frequencies yet, please.
Roger.
Walker 446, Portland Tower, 123.77.
Portland Tower on 123.77, Walker 446. Portland Tower, Walker 446 is on the localizer for 28 left.
Walker 446 on tower, runway 28 left, clear to land, wind 2606.
Clear to land 8 left, Walker 446, thanks for the wind.
Station 390 Bravo Delta, connect San Jose Tower, 124.0.
Order 124.0 for 390 Bravo Delta. San Jose Tower, Section 390 Bravo Delta is with you on the ILS 30 left.
Station 390 Bravo at San Jose Tower, runway 30 left, clear to land, wind 33090.
Clear to land, Station 390 Bravo Delta.
Station 3 back to runway number is a parallel runway, runway 390 Bravo Delta, runway 30 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 30 left, Citation 390 Bravo Delta.
Number 180 Sierra Foxtrot, runway 27, clear to land, wind 290.9er.
Clear to land, 180 Sierra Foxtrot.
Number 310, thanks.
And hello, fellow aviators.
Contact NorCal departure.
VREF Summer here,
Contact your departure.
and welcome to this goodbye flight for the JRollon CRJ-200 in my hangar here.
Romeo, turn right heading 30.
This is the eve of the Aerosoft CRJ-550-700 release on Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it sure has been fun flying the JRollon CRJ-200 for the last long while. So I'm going to take it on one more quick spin. Denver International to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, where they currently have snow falling. So let's hop on into the cockpit and get everything going here. Alright, I appreciate all of you joining in this evening. It's going to be a fun flight. And first thing we need to do, get our clearance from Denver clearance. So I have us on 118.75, which is the clearance frequency. And as soon as we have an opening on the frequency, I'll give them a call. We're actually using PilotEdge.
310 Seattle Center, cross Radiat, maintain
You might have seen that sim on the thumbnail for the video, but the controllers were offline for VATSIM, so I went ahead and logged into PilotEdge. Make sure we have coverage. So 118.75, as you can see right there, is our clearance frequency. Give them a call here in just a second. We'll make sure we are as filed tonight.
Yakima traffic 1080 Fox, clear runway 27 on Charlie.
If not, I'll change it. But we're expecting the Hoth to Java direct to Scottsbluff.
1080 Fox, text parking via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Taxi via Alpha.
Denver clearance. Skywest 5130, ready to pick up IFR to Scottsbluff with Echo.
Stand by. Delta 4515, Oakland.
Yeah, they're kind of busy tonight, which, hey, that's a cool thing. And
you were in Q174 after Intel to
obviously, with it
Felcher.
being on
Where are you
PilotEdge,
heading
they're
right now?
controlling traffic all over the western United States, which is how they do it on PilotEdge. But traffic here right now, I have Traffic Global loaded up. I want to see if it works, just to keep the airport looking populated.
You are not, but I'm going to go right now. 1 Fox Romeo, turn right heading 050.
I was checking the PilotEdge radar earlier, and looks like there's no one on PilotEdge that's flying near the Denver International Airport right now, so shouldn't run into any traffic that the PilotEdge controller is talking to. But I'll turn off Traffic Global if it becomes a problem for us this evening. But definitely adds to the immersion factor seeing all the other aircraft, because as you know, Denver is a busy place. And this is the Xcoder Denver International scenery.
Parking via Tango, monitor ground, Walker 446.
It's really pretty. Alright, hopefully he'll have our clearance for us here pretty soon.
55296, exiting the Charlie airspace, remain outside class Charlie airspace, radar services terminated, squawk, maintain
He's
VFR.
kind of busy.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved 55296.
Alright. Well, we're just waiting. Told us to stand by, so I better not bother him. Stand by is another term for be quiet. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Well, while we're waiting, I might as well, I'll go ahead and brief what we do have of the route, and then we'll brief any changes just to keep us moving along nicely with the time. So, we are flying a CRJ-200 tonight, and fuel-wise, let me back us up here a couple or one page. Fuel-wise, we're looking at ramp fuel, plane gate 5,646, and we currently have 5,660 loaded, so we're right on. Min takeoff fuel, 5,346 pounds.
Towers, Citation 390 Bravo Delta, clear the runway at Juliet.
You know, we're on the 48,000 pound card,
parking via Juliet and Victor, monitor ground.
which will
Right to parking via Juliet and Victor.
definitely
and
come in
monitor ground,
handy.
Citation 390 Bravo Delta.
Skywest 5130 is available.
Scouts 5130 ready to copy.
Skywest 5130 is clear to the Bella Foxtrot Airport, Hoth to departure. Joba transition then direct, climb via SID. Departure frequency 126.1, squawk 1401.
Scouts 5130 cleared to Bravo Foxtrot Hoth 2 departure Java transition as filed. Climb via SID. Departure 126.1, squawk 1401.
Skywest 5130, read back correct.
Alright, so we have our clearance now. Let me go ahead and enter in the transponder code while we still can. The easiest way on the CRJ-200, just go to the radio page. It's going to be the same on the CRJ-700 too. And you just type it in here. So 1401. Punch that in. Alright, it's good.
Heavy 9,000 with Foxtrot.
And
Walker 542 Heavy, Phoenix approach, Phoenix
126.1 is going to be departure frequency. I'm going to have that on my scratch pad. And then we're going to brief up the rest of it here.
To 25 left.
So,
should we continue, or would rather 25 left?
Are you loaded for 7 right?
Pull up our release
We're
again.
loaded for 7 right, we have 25 left on the secondary.
Okay, so that was as filed, the Hoth 2 Java transition.
With the straight in for 7 right, then the winds are
Weather-wise,
only 7
which is
knots,
where
but
we
if you wanna do
were,
the left side,
Echo
then
was
Walker
current on the
542.
ATIS, winds 2203,
Flying,
10 miles,
080,
5,000, clouds of
visual
5,000,
approach
few at
runway
10.
25 left, and
Temperature
the,
-1,
maintain
dew point
5,000.
-4, and 2970 on the altimeters. So I do need to get that set in here. We're at 2984 right now. So I'll scroll this down to 2970. And that's set on the left.
Executive Tower 19.5.
And looks like it got it set across the board. Excellent. That is quite helpful when it does that. And departing off runways 16 left, 17 right, 25 and 8. And I'm planning on runway 8 right now. So that'll take us pretty much right where we need to go, out to the east and then up to Scottsbluff. For our NOTAM wise, let's take a quick look at those. Those will be a little further down the release, and got this release from SimBrief. Works really well. As you can see, Scottsbluff with the weather out there. It's forecast winds 270 at 6 knots, 1.5 miles, light snow, mist, overcast at 1,000, and then the snow will turn into just some light snow showers overnight. So weather should be improving. We do have Colorado Springs as an alternate because it's going to start getting pretty foggy here at Denver. Going down to 1/2 mile and 1/4 mile later tonight with fog. But down in Colorado Springs, beautiful evening. Winds 0 and 0 at 9, plus 6 miles scattered at 20,000. Time when we'd be scheduled to get there if we had to divert to our alternate. NOTAM wise, still a lot of taxiway closures. Not going to affect us here on PilotEdge this evening. That's due to all the snow. They had a couple of feet of snow out in Denver over the last couple of days. And don't see anything about the Hoth 2 departure, which we'd be taking. And then up in Scottsbluff, oops, this is going to be right here. They have some runway closures, probably due to the snow. But we'll have snow in the sim with X-Enviro, but it is not going to have the runway closed, which is a good thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going up there in real life. But we can make it here in X-Plane tonight. Runways are all open. Nothing should affect us NOTAM-wise. For our taxi out route, so we're over here on gate Bravo 95, and here's the concourse page. We'll get a pushback, and I'm hoping we'll get either an exit at 5 Echo or 4 Echo, and then we'll taxi north, likely on Lima or Mike, directly up to runway 8, 12,000 foot runway. Abort criteria is going to be standard, below 80 knots for a variety of reasons, above 80 knots only for an engine fire or severe engine damage of the aircraft, which would cause us to not be able to fly. And we're going to be climbing via the SID, so I do need to get that altitude set. Top altitude is flight level 230, and we were filed at flight level 250, so likely get to climb a little bit higher later, but I'm going to go ahead and put in flight level 230 here, using the alt knob. And it's just taking a little while. You get a little finger workout here on the mouse wheel. Trying to get V for visual. Great to hear from you. What's up? Same to you, man. Glad you're back here tonight. Glad you're back. Should be some nice weather up in Scottsbluff. I'm hoping it's low visibility and heavy snow. That's what I'm hoping for. Welcome to the stream, V for visual. All right, we'll continue our brief here.
Boeing 310, copy Seattle.
So we're as FAL, which was this Hoth 2 departure. There's a speed restriction. Accelerate to 250 knots or greater upon reaching 10,000. If slower speed is required to meet crossing restrictions, advise clearance delivery prior to taxi. So departing runway 8, which is what we're planning. Pull this over here. I think we can pull this up too. Look at this. This is cool. Okay, so departing runway 8, climb on a heading of 083. So I'm going to get that set.
And expect the ILS runway 14 approach.
If I can pull this to where I can see it. Okay. We need to get heading 083 set. Whoops. Mouse wheel's going crazy. I am really looking forward to the Aerosoft CRJ. How about you guys? Am I watching? Alright, there's 083. for the heading, then a climb to 5,934
November 1
feet, then left turn direct to Royal. There's 5,934, then Royal, at or below 10,000. I've gotten so used to flying the Airbus. Let's put 10,000 in, because otherwise this aircraft is going to blow all the way through 10,000 up to flight level 230. So 10,000 in initially, so we make sure we meet that crossing restriction. Obviously, if we're climbing via the SID, we can go all the way up to 230 when able. And then it's turbine. Let's get this going here. Turbine and chicken. At or above 4,000. Kick 'em. At or above 16,000. Rice. At or above 17,000. Hoth. And then Java. And you can see it's not moving on the legs page here on the FMS. It would in the real Collins system, the CRJ-200, but like I said, that's probably one of my last flights in the JRollon, because I'm switching over to the Aerosoft and Flight Sim. But a little buggy in here now, but hey, we're gonna make the most of it. This is a Aerosoft Eve flight as we prepare for the exciting release in a few hours. Alright, so that route all looks good. We're showing a total distance in the FMS of 145 nautical miles, and then in on our flight release, we were planned at stand by 1 second, just gotta pull it up here. So quick check, make sure you didn't do something crazy in the FMS. Always verify the distances, the total distance. And we're showing 154, so those are really close, which is good. All right, and like we said, transition altitude is flight level 180 here in the United States. 1261 is the departure frequency. Only terrain, mountains out to the west. So if we have an engine failure, we're just going to continue on runway heading off runway 8 out to the east, and we'll climb up to 10,000. Work out the problem, likely come back to Denver to land unless the fog's settling in. In that case, we'll go down to Colorado Springs. Alright, that's all I have. Let's go ahead and do the, let me get this set really quickly. Let's go ahead and do the before start check. Just a sec. Just waiting on the numbers too. I gotta get the numbers. We'll get our door closed. There we go. Oh. Alright. And flight attendant's having some issues with the door. There we go. Let me make sure it closed. You can see this oh, you can't even look at the door page. Look at that. Yeah, this poor old JRollon CRJ-200 is getting a little bit buggy at the moment. But that's alright. That's alright. We're moving into a new era in a few hours, like I said earlier. Alright, so before start check, exterior inspections complete. Pressurization. Ooh, I did not get that set up yet. That's pretty important to do. So pressurization, Scottsbluff. Let's look at that altitude out there at Scottsbluff. It is a whopping 3,967 feet. So let's put that in the
Walker 542 heavy turn left heading 300. Field will be at shore 11 o'clock and 10 miles port in sight.
300, we have the field in sight. Walker 542 heavy.
Up to
Walker 542 heavy, clear visual approach.
It's not letting me.
25 left. Contact Phoenix Tower.
800 feet now.
Clear for the visual. 25 left. Thanks for the help. Walker 542 heavy. Cover to tower.
3,360. Let me give it a few more spins.
Phoenix Tower, Walker 542 heavy visual.
4,440.
Walker 542 heavy, Phoenix Tower on a 25 left.
And 3,820. We're getting really close. Let me get one more quick spin here. There we go. That's close enough. 3,940. I'll give it one more just to make sure it's above that altitude. And it should be depressurized now. So cabin pressurization is set. Anti-ice is set up here. Close this out. Anti-ice is set. Hydraulics set. Passenger signs on. Altimeters 2970 cross-checked. Anti-skid is checked and armed. Parking brake on. Raise nav aids set. Oh,
Flight
think it
tower,
lets us
Sky
put it into auto tune.
3727,
Let
runway
me see.
16 left.
It's showing auto tune here,
Sky
just not in
3727, Salt Lake
the
City Tower,
radio
flight
tuning units there.
295, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
We'll see if it does
Wind,
that in
variable
the
at 6, and do not exceed
Aerosoft,
230
because
knots,
typically it
bye.
should show auto tune right there between the two frequencies.
295, runway
in the
16 left, clear
CRJ.
for takeoff.
Yacht Amper
Sky
engaged,
3727.
oxygen checked 100%, departure briefing is complete. Before start check's complete, and let me go ahead and grab our V-speeds really quickly. We do not have that set yet, which is something that's pretty important. So I do have flight deck reference guides for the CRJ-200. Like I said, we're at 48,000 pounds.
Boeing 310, turn left heading 20.
So on the 48,000 pound card, we are looking at, wait 1 second, it's loading. It's going to be a ref of, so we're looking at 143. So I'm going to put that in for VR. So we got our VT speed. I'll just go ahead and put that in. That's 179. And one thing about the CRJ-200, it does not have leading edge devices like the CRJ 550, 700, and all of those are going to have in the Aerosoft add-on that's coming out
Boeing
today.
310, to maintain 4,000.
Therefore, you fly at pretty high speeds for such a small jet. 143. There we go. We have 179. It's just hard to get everything. There's 151. And the speed bucket, I'm going to set in E2 plus 10, so that'll be 161 in the bucket. There we go. That's all set. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call out the pushback crew, and we'll get rolling here. So we're just going to push straight back onto the line here, and we'll turn out from there.
Skywest 3729, contact Salt Lake departure.
And
Flight departure, Skywest 727.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We're ready.
Tow is driving up.
All right. Cool. We'll go ahead and switch over to ground.
Departure Skywest 727 is 6,200 for 8,000, heading at 295, 230 on the speed.
Skywest 3727, Salt Lake departure, radar contact, maintain flight level 230.
I maintain flight level 20, Skywest 3727.
And let me go ahead and get all the ground handling away. So you need to make sure the external power is disconnected. There we go. It's important. Don't want to be pushing back with a power cart or jet bridge still connected. It's going to be a lot of extra paperwork to do.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Roger, thank you. Let me make sure. Did I get the flight deck door closed? No, I did
Walker
not. So let's get that closed here. There we go.
Oakland Center, new routing for you, advisor to copy.
So just start check, FMSA cars set, fuel quantity 5650 planned and 56 on board. Min fuel's gonna be 5350. Beacon on, nozzle steering is off if it'll let me turn it off. Let's grab a cost on check, route 3 pump auto. Doors closed. Let's check outside, make sure they are all actually closed.
3 arrival.
Alright, yep, doors are closed. Transponder, let's get that on. And the flight deck door locked and start check complete. Here we go.
Point Reyes VOR had maintained 7,000. The San Francisco altimeter 3001.
Alright, brakes release, clear to push straight back.
Boeing 310, turn left heading 220.
Heading 220, 310.
And we're off.
Phoenix Tower, Walker 542, head off on Hotel 3.
Walker 542 Heavy, see, I'm assuming you go to cargo via hotel and monitor ground, see it?
Cargo via hotel, monitor ground, Walker 3 Heavy, good night.
Alright, let's start 2, then 1. So So fuel pumps, packs off, bleeds are
Scout
good.
3727, direct Bobby, join the rugged 1
and
departure,
start
resume normal speed.
Normal speed, direct B.
And 2.
Normal speed, Scout 3727.
Oil pressure. N1, ITT is below 120. Fuel flow, light up.
Locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft... Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, brakes set. Clear disconnect.
Stand by.
Thank you.
Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you.
Alright, start 1.
Secure the elastic band behind your head.
And 2.
Necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance,
Oil pressure. N1.
Going 310, 15 from ISO, just turn left heading
Clear disconnect. Thanks, so great push.
Descend and maintain 3000 until established in the localizer, cleared ILS runway 14 right approach.
Heading 160, maintain 3000
Fuel flow
until established
and light up.
right approach, Boeing 310.
Tow is disconnected and bypass fin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Alright, thanks. Y'all have a great night. Very cool. Alright, there they go. Alright, some good starts. I'll go through the after start flow really quickly. Leave the fuel pumps on. Got all the ignition off. And we need the engine or the cowl anti-ice on for the snow that's on the taxiways. Alright, go ahead and salute, and we're good to go. Alright, let's do the after flaps 8. And after start check. Generators on, ignition off, packs on, cargo air, fan, anti-ice set, fuel pumps on, APR, arm, flight controls. Let's check those really quickly. Make sure that this yep, flight control page is not modeled, but we'll just make sure everything looks good with the yoke movement. So flight control checked, rudder checked, and nozzle steering is now armed. After start check complete. Departure diagram. Make sure that matches. Yep. Hudson Royal is checked. Thrust full 90.0 is set. So we'll be setting, it doesn't show it on there, but we're going to 90.0 for full and 8 degrees indicated. Speeds 141, 143, 151, 179, 161, the bucket set. Performance check complete. Alright, here we go. Clear right, clear left, and we're going to taxi up to the, we're going to go up to the north there at, I believe that spot to let us exit there. Alright, here we go. I think it takes a little extra juice to get this plane going, if I remember correctly. There we go.
Cabin is ready.
Alright, thanks. Flight attendant said cabin is ready for departure, so that's good to hear.
Scout 3727, Salt Lake Center, 128.72.
2072, Scout 727. Good evening, by the way.
Howdy.
Alright, Foxtrot's out now. It's 2972 on the altimeters. So we'll get 2972 set. And cross check.
Scout 3727, Lake Center, climbing safe level 250, clear direct Holter. Go ahead. Boeing 310, contacting tower, 120.6.
Boeing 310.
Denver ground, Skywest 5130 approaching spot 5 Echo with Foxtrot.
Skywest 51 Denver ground, runway 8, taxi via Bravo.
Mike, that's going to be a right turn right up here on Bravo November. Let's take a quick look here. So right turn here at Bravo November, and then a second left onto Mike all the way up
Boeing 310, Boeing Tower, runway 4 right, clear to land,
to
wind calm.
runway 12.
310.
So here comes Bravo November. Yeah, we're clear right. Clear left. Yeah, certainly excited about the new CRJ though. I love these airplanes. This is the old one, obviously, the CRJ-200. I don't think anybody made a CRJ-100 sim that I'm aware of, but this is as old as you can get with this CRJ family. Obviously, this whole bleed air panel is going to be quite simplified on the CRJ-700 and 550 and 900 and 1000. Alright, here's Mike. We'll make our left turn on to Mike. That's not like a rough landing. Alright, we'll go ahead and do a quick takeoff brief while we're hopping up this way. Pull up our charts really quickly with that. Remember, 4-rated thrust. Rolling bleeds will be on the engines. I'm going to go back to standard on the NAS. The runways are clear. $12,000 feet of runway available. We have 161 in the bucket. Flying the Hoth 2 departure off runway 8, which has us initially going on a heading of 083 to 5,934 full 230, which we'll do as soon as we pass Royal. And that's takeoff check.
Monterey Regional Tower, Sky November 55296.
Sky 552, respond right tower.
We're going really fast right now.
Monterey Tower, 55296.
We'll go ahead and go back to standard on the NAS.
13 nautical miles north of the airport, inbound for landing with information aided. Sorry, information X-ray.
Alright, takeoff briefing complete. Crossflow, auto override, manual. Have that on board and balance. Thrust reversers armed. ICAS check clear. Brake temperature checked. Cabin ready. Before to go check to the line complete, let me switch over to tower. Get our radios all set up here. The tower is going to be 12. Let's see, for runway 8, it's 132. And then our Denver Tower, Skywest 5130, holding short runway 8.
Skywest 5130, Denver Tower 8, cleared for takeoff. Winds variable.
Let's get our lights on. Before takeoff, check below the line. Takeoff configuration would be displayed there. Checked. AP pneumatics set. Anti-ice standard N1 90.0 is what we'll be going for our takeoff setting for our takeoff thrust. External lights set. Before takeoff check complete. And runway 8 is verified on the pavement. Looks like our departure path is clear. The next airplane's way out there. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, set thrust. Let's go, Evan Moore. That's right. Alright, set thrust. Thrust is set. We're flying our final takeoff on this old JRollon CRJ-200. 80 knots. Check.
Scout 3727, pilots discretion, maintain 16,000, the Jackson altimeter 2973.
Got these old CF-34 3B1 engines. They're huffing and puffing at this high altitude airport. Alright, there's V1. Rotate. Smoothly rotate. And positive rate. Gear up. Flight director on speed mode. Nav mode. And we're... Why is it showing VOR instead of FMS? There we go. And autopilot on. Oh no. So this is a bug. So see, it will not track the
Scout 5130, contact departure.
Scotts 5130, good day. It will not track the any of the nav sources on the needles down there. So really looking forward to that Aerosoft. And we need to accelerate to 250 knots now. Departure Skywest 5130, 8,000, climbing via the Hot 2.
Scout 5130, Denver departure radar contact, climb maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230, Skywest 5130. Alright, I'm going to accelerate to 250, get us out of here. Took a pretty good left to right crosswind, so nav mode is not working in the FMS. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off.
NorCal approach, Skyhawk 55296.
And we're going to switch to speed mode in the FMS.
Monterey
There we
Regional
go.
Airport request inbound for landing.
No climb. It's going to be a short climb here.
Squawk 707, fly that down.
And we're going to go through our quick.
What was the transponder again?
70.
And after takeoff check, gears up, flap 0, crossfire ride, auto, outs cap, and we can accelerate now to 290 or more. And I'm going to set flight level 230 in here as we accelerate.
Gotcha. Scout 55296, radar contact 12 miles north of Monterey Airport, Monterey altimeter 3002, information X-rays.
Alright, here we go, Lego rocket.
3002, and I do have X-ray. 55296.
See if he'll let us do the climb thrust here, 88.4, there we go. And I'll get that set in a second. Gotta keep rolling this heading bug back around. So it sounds like this Aerosoft CRJ, they're gonna have a lot of, sounds like they've already done a lot of testing and shouldn't have a lot of these bugs I'm seeing right here. It's making for some extra work, that's for sure. So we're coming up to Turbine right now. Let me pull up our departure plate. So like we said, Turbine, there's no altitude restriction. Chicken, we gotta be at or above 14,000 though, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. We're already at 14 right now, and let's continue our turn. Let me give the flight attendant the bells. We're above 10,000 feet now. And after takeoff check was gear up, flaps up, 0, crossfire auto override is auto, pneumatics set, APU off, climb thrust is set, thrust reversers off, ICAS check cleared. After takeoff check complete. And we're going through some clouds, so let's...
Scout 55296, contact Monterey Tower 118.4.
Contacting Monterey Tower 118.4.
So CRJ-200, something you don't have to do in the, we won't have to be doing in the CRJ 550s and 700s, etc. You have to turn on the wing anti-ice before you turn on the cal anti-ice because,
Tower,
let's see if they'll show it on the outside here.
Jack 55296, Monterey Tower.
There are
down, runway 28 left.
blowout plugs. Oh, they're about right there on the engine. We'll have to check it on the walk around afterwards.
approach.
But if there's too
midfield,
much
right
pressure,
midfield.
it'll blow those
Right
plugs out.
down
Maintenance has to come out and reset them. So they have you turn on the wing anti-ice first, and then you turn on the cal anti-ice, and then you turn the wing back off. That keeps those blowout plugs from going crazy. All right, we're coming up on our next turn here. We're just, this is an interesting way to fly this. All right. So that's kick 'em coming up next. And at kick 'em, we have to be at or above 16,000 feet, which we are well above that now. We're about to level off at flight level 230. So it shouldn't be an issue coming up to kick 'em. Outs cap. Let's leave that engine anti-ice on. And flight level 230 is as high as they've given us up to this point. And I need to go ahead and do the climb check. We're above 18,000 feet now. And so we got that all set. And with the wing inspection light would come off. So 29902 is set. External lights set. Climb check complete. Come back on the thrust. I think it'll select
Skywas 5130, contact Denver Center 133.67.
3367, Skywas 5130. Alright, let's see, 133.67. Denver Center, Skywas 5130, level 230.
Skywas 5130, Denver Center, climb maintain for level 250.
Climb maintain flight level 250, Skywas 5130. Alright, let's set in flight level 250. And 250 is set. We'll go up to 88.4 for our climb thrust. We'll double check what it is now at this altitude. 88.4 still. So we can get a little more thrust in there. There we go. We gotta turn us a little bit farther to the right. Ideally, we'd like to see our next fix on this MFD. So we're already almost to Bryce. So we are in White Needles. We are showing FMS as the nav source. Let's try once again to hit nav mode and see if it'll follow. So you can see it has FMS. There's outs cap. And I need to disconnect the autopilot. Whoa. So we just hit some serious turbulence there. I don't know if that was a mountain wave or what that was. Wow. We just got rocked.
So 7727 is leaving 250.
Alright, I'm going to keep us back at about 280 knots, which is our turbulence penetration speed. Make sure we don't overstress the aircraft. Oh my goodness. Well, this is a great way to leave the this old bird. Alright, here comes Hoth. We really don't have too much further to go before we're going to be at our destination. Gonna need to start pulling up our approach plates here. Let's go ahead and start setting up for that. So like I said, I'm going to maintain 280 knots for turbulence.
3727, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
Continuous ignition on.
3727.
And let's check out our Hoth, then we're going out to Java, and then we're pretty much there. So I'm thinking it's going to be the ILS runway 12. Let's double check with the weather really quickly. Make sure the weather's still showing that the winds are out of the south.
37 pilots discretion maintain 1000. The Scottsbluff altimeter 2975.
Pilot discretion 11,000, 2975, skies 5130. Alright, let's set 11,000 in here. So we want to be at 11,000, 30 miles out from the Scottsbluff airport. So, give me a second here. It means we have to lose 14,000 feet to get there. And that means it takes 42 nautical miles to do that.
195 for 16,000 information, Quebec.
So,
Southwest 3727 Salt Lake Center, thank you for Quebec. The Jackson altimeter channel 73. Turn right heading to 0.
Plus 30 miles, 42 plus 30 is 72. It's time to start our descent now. So I'm going to go ahead and start our descent.
040 Vectors Dunmore, ILS Zulu, runway 19, Sky 3727.
Winds there are actually 330 at night, so I think we'll actually be landing to the north. So good thing we checked. 4 miles, snow, mist, broken 1900, 2976. And so we are going to get some snow coming in here, which is excellent. Alright, we're going to begin our descent now. Currently we're going about 400 knots over the ground, so we need to descend at about 2,000 feet per minute. Skies 5130 is vacating, flight level 250.
Roger.
Alright, let's reduce our speed. Let's go ahead and get this set up. I'm going to close this plate out because we don't need it. Things happen fast on these short flights in the RJ. Definitely nice to have a first officer with you.
Scout 3727 descend and maintain 14,000.
Alright, we're looking at ILS or local runway 30, Scottsbluff, Nebraska. 2nd November 1811-2. Localizer frequency is 1093. I'm going to get that set up in the radio here. 109.30. And final approach course will be 306.
Bobcat for departure. Boyson Reservoir transition then as filed.
So I'm going to go ahead and
Big Sky departure 118.907. Squawk.
Get that set here in just a second.
5357.
Need to turn us a little bit farther to the east here. So 306 final approach course inbound, and glass of agree we should be at 5,800. Let's go ahead and load this in here. ILS 30 with the
Got 5130 connect Denver Center 120.47.
2047 Scotts 5130. Denver Center, Skies 5130, flight level 212 descending 11,000. We have the weather at Scottsbluff, request ILS 30.
Skies 5130, Denver Center, Scottsbluff, altimeter 277. Where did you want to start the ILS approach from?
We'd like to begin the ILS approach from Mealy, Skies 5130.
Skies 5130, Rod. Turn right heading 060, there, Skies 5130, turn right heading 060, descend and maintain 8,000. That's vectors for Mealy.
Heading 060, descend and maintain 8,000, Skies 5130. Alright. So 8,000 set. And I'm going to go ahead and start slowing us back to 250 knots here. Let's get that set. Alright, it's 250. We get 2975 in the altimeter. per the controller there. That's what he said we're at now.
Scout 3727 is clear direct on Noir. I'll have your approach clearance in about another 5 miles.
Yeah, we'll get all these on.
3727.
Let's finish up our briefing and then we'll be able to do the descent and approach check. Alright, so we're going out to Mealy. Let me get that in on the FMS just so we can see it here. We don't have to have it because we'll be able to see it in the view. But from here, legs. Basically, we're going to go direct to
Walk 380, Bozeman
Mealy.
ground runway 30, taxi to Alpha, cross runway 3 at Alpha.
And now we can see it. Oh, weather's actually pretty nice out here. Alright, so at Mealy we should be 6,500 feet.
3727, I do need you direct on Noir for that approach clearance to happen.
Yeah, well, we're turning back now, Scout 3727. It's just slow.
I have high expectations of you.
Doesn't everyone?
Go back to standard on the IAS for a little bit. Okay, so at Mealy we should be at 6,500 or above, and then it's going to be 6,200 to Creve, and I'm sorry, 5,800 to Creve, and then from there we're going down to our MDA of 4,152. Let's get that set really quickly. I think this thing only lets you set in DH. So DH, which is off the radar altimeter, is at 200 feet. So we'll get that set in really quickly at 200. All right, there it is, 210. That's close enough. And like we said, 109.3 is tuned in. I'm going to go ahead and switch us to what would be Green Needles with the course of 306, so that will be good to go.
Scout 3727, cross San Noir at or above 12,700, cleared ILS Zulu runway 19 approach.
At about 12,700, cleared on correction, cleared ILS through the 19 airport, Scout 3727.
Alright, we have 306 now in the course there, as you can see. We're identifying India Bravo Foxtrot. Foxtrot, that is the localizer identifier there. So that's looking good. Looks like 123.0 will be the common traffic advisory frequency. So we'd want to go ahead and start monitoring that on our COM2 radio. So I'm going to switch this over to 123.0 on the COM2. Alright, here we go. After we land on runway 30, it's a left-hand turnoff of 8,279 feet. Left-hand Bravo, we need to check before we cross 2 tree, and Bravo takes us straight into the ramp. And that's all we have. Let's get our speed set. We're on the 46,000 pound card now. So I just need to turn that over to get those in. We'll be set for landing. So we're looking at a 140 is our speed. V2 is 148, so let me get that set here. Set V1 and VREF. Typically you can make V1 disappear, but not in the JRollon CRJ. So just gonna set in 140, which is also our VREF 140, and then VT is up at 175.
Yeah, 5130 is direct Meal, cross Meal at or above 6,300, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
Direct Meal, cross Meal at or above 6,200, cleared ILS 30 approach, Scouts 5130. Alright, direct Meal, cross Meal at or above 6,200. Alright, cleared ILS approach. Got it.
Walker 563,
Alright, speeds are set. We're all ready to roll. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the APU. Type the APU on if you're going to be using the wing and cal anti-ice during a landing. So go ahead and flip on the wing and cal anti-ice, and then we'll switch the bleeds over. And we need to keep our turn going direct to meal.
Walk 563 NorCal approach, need your altitude, the San Francisco altimeter 3001. Walker 563,
and let's finish that arrival check. Altimeter 2975 is cross-checked. Landing data set pressurization checked. It's showing that 3,980. Passenger signs are on. Stern lights set and arrival briefing complete. Arrival check complete. Alright, we are in the soup, and here comes the snow. This is gonna be fun. Alright, I need to switch the bleeds over on the APU now. And it doesn't like that, but that's what you do in real life. You need the APU bleeds on to have the wing and cow landing ice
Book 380, Bozeman
on approach.
Tower, runway 30 clear for takeoff, and the wind's 330 at 12.
And likely we're going to have to follow the ILS ourselves. It's probably just going to be a hand-flown approach if you want. What I think is actually going to happen here. So I'll probably hand fly it. We have vertical contact. Alright, we're at 6,200. I might have said 6,500. I'm just going to go on up there just in case. Let's go up there. Might have read it back wrong and he didn't catch me. We'll go up there to be safe. That's definitely a... Either way, it'd be good at that point, right? If it's 6,200 and above, we're definitely above. And I'm showing 6,500 on the plate here, so... Let's do that. 6,500 outs cap. We'll stay up here. Alright, and we're clear for the approach. I'm going to arm the approach mode. We'll see if it'll capture. Hopefully it will. And the final approach fix is at creep. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowing us back now. Go to flight idle. We're going to slow to 180 knots. Loc 1. And it looks like it's tracking the localizer. That's good. Very cool.
Skywas 3727, contact Jackson Tower, see ya. Jackson Tower to get a Skywest 3727.
And we are in the soup. So quick flyby, see what it looks like. Helps the frame rates, I'll say that. There we are. Icy CRJ in the snow of Scottsbluff. Alright, flaps 8. And we have vertical contact again.
Walk 380, contact Big Sky departure, see ya.
Let's see if it'll
Walk
capture.
380, Big Sky departure, radar contact.
Moment of truth right here.
5130, no traffic zero between you and Scottsbluff. Report your IFR cancellation, missed approach in the air on this frequency on the ground with a 5 minutes after landing on 122.2. Change to advisor, frequencies approved.
Change to advisor approved, and we'll close on the ground. Scottish pitch 130.
Walker 563, turn left heading 110.
Hopefully this is gonna work. Let's see. Flaps 20. And localizer's alive. We should start turning toward it. I'm going to start turning with the heading bug just in case it's not going to capture. There it goes. It's doing it. Excellent. So maybe it's just the FMS that's not working in this JRollon for the autopilot tracking. So interesting. I'm guessing that in the Aerosoft CRJ we are going to see, this would typically be green needles that you'd be in right now if you were tracking a source on the nav radio, like a localizer frequency. But alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and report melee inbound on 123.0. So here we go. Scottsbluff traffic, United or SkyWest 5130 CRJ-200. Melee inbound, ILS 30. Any traffic in the area, please advise Scottsbluffs. Typically we go ahead and turn the lights on with the pilot controlled lighting. That is not simulated here in X-Plane. Our radar is working, which is nice. Not on the pop-up screen, but right there. Alright. So last night I flew into Denver, and let me tell you, I flew a Category 2 approach in there in an Airbus, and went right to Cat 2 men's. Just about 100 feet above the runway. So this part of the storm's definitely not as bad as what it was in Denver last night. But you can see it's definitely snowing up here in Nebraska. Alright, glide slope's alive. There's a 1.5, so gear down. Flaps 30. Slow to 160 knots. And arm the thrust reversers. And glide slope is now captured. And I'll leave this screen up here for you all, because I know you can't see that screen very well at home. Let's see how the wipers are working. I think they work in this plane. Oh yeah, look at that. I'll turn them on when we get a little bit closer. We don't need them quite yet. Alright, flaps 45, bug ref plus factor. So we ref plus 5. And landing check. Gear down. Down. Flaps 45, 45, thrust reversers armed. Landing check complete. Still looking for the runway out there. And I'm going to leave the continuous ignition on since we do have decent precipitation. Runway is likely contaminated also. We definitely saw that on the NOTAMs. Alright, runway's in sight now, 12 o'clock. So let's get the wipers on. Alright, we're a little bit, about a knot slow, increasing thrust, coming back up. And there's 1,000 instruments cross check, gear down, clear to land, and we are stable. Scottsbluff traffic, SkyWest 5130, 2 mile final, runway 30, Scottsbluff. And look at that snow, it is really picking up out there now. So good thing we got these wipers on. Alright, autopilot's coming off. About 5 knots fast. And wind shifting. Got a little bit more of a right to left crosswind now. And we're not getting any of our altitude callouts. Spoilers green, let's get the reversers out. And there's 8 knots. So the reversers, we'll just roll it to the end here. And he'll want us to cancel on 122.2, so we'll do that once we're off the runway just so we don't forget. For some reason, I do not see any of our landing lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Weird.
Nebraska. The local time is 9:02 p.m. and it's currently about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices.
It would be nice to have some landing lights. I wonder if they went bad. I don't know why I can't see anything. Alright. Well, interesting. See if they're showing. Yeah, see, they're on. Just you can't see them from the cockpit. Weird. Alright, so we'll be turning off here at the end. We'll just keep it slow with all this snow around. I'll switch this now to our airport diagram. Alright, clear left. Here we go. And we'll get clear of the runway, then we'll do the after landing flow. Takes a lot of thrust to get this thing moving. Just gonna do slow there. Alright, flaps up. I have takeoff check. And typically we'd probably wait to raise the flaps here at the gate and could inspect them, but we'll assume everything was clear. Scottsbluff traffic, Skywest 5130, clear of runway 30, taxiing to the terminal via Bravo. Scottsbluff. I'll leave the engine anti-ice on, turn the windshield heat off. Now, and looks like the snow has stopped. Cool. Turn the wipers off for a bit. We have a little bit of accumulation here. And let's get our lights set really quickly. And it looks like it's detecting ice on the wing. Thanks. Oh, that's cool. Look, it shows our windshields icing up, it looks like. That's cool. I'll turn the radar back off. Transponder can come on to standby. This thing is squirrely on the taxi. Alright, we're going to cross runway 23 and 5. I'll announce Scottsbluff traffic, Skywest 5130, crossing runway 5 on Bravo, Scottsbluff. Alright, here comes the terminal. Never been to Scottsbluff until tonight. The strobe back off. This is cool. I'm gonna switch over to 122.0, get our and center. Skies 5130 on the ground, Scottsbluff, like to cancel IFR. Maybe 122.2. Try this again. Center Skywest 5130 on the ground. Scottsbluff, like to cancel IFR.
Skywest 5130 IFR cancellation received. We'll see ya.
Night. Alright, so we're good now. Let's taxi on in here to the right. We're clear right. Oh, there's actually a line right there. Perfect. We'll just follow that one in. Did not see that. Looks like I just got to pick my own parking spot. And this is just the default scenery for X-Plane 11. It looks great. Alrighty, there's the little walkway in. And we'll just call it quits right here. Perfect. Alright, we'll set the parking brake. And we have APU on. Let's turn off the engines, get the engine cowl anti-ice off. It's all set. Fuel pumps off and shut down 1 then 2. If it'll let me. Alright. Okay, enter in the ACARS info here and then there we go, ACARS worked. Now let's go run through our flow here, make sure we have everything off. Beacon can come off now. Leave the nav lights on. Definitely need the nose and recog taxi lights off. Go ahead and turn off the emergency lights and then we can turn off all the hydraulics. Alright, let's run through our parking check. Parking brake on, transponder standby. Radar off, flaps is 0, seatbelts sign is off, that's important. Anti-ice off, electrical set, fuel check valve checked, thrust levers shut off, fuel pumps off, ignition off. Hydraulic checked off, beacon off, nozzle steering off, parking check complete. And oh, it will let you check the hydraulics. Well, let's turn those pumps back on. You should check that everything stays in the green, which it does. Okay, good. So hydraulics checked off, beacon off, nozzle steering off. Parking check is complete. And welcome to Scottsbluff. Looks like we did get that snowy landing we were hoping to get to see. And I'll try to get the door open. There it goes. And here we are in beautiful Scottsbluff. Well, thanks for riding along on my last flight on this JRollon CRJ-200 for quite some time. I think we're going to be flying primarily in the new Aerosoft CRJ from here on out when we do these CRJ live video streams. But appreciate y'all riding along. Hope all of you have a great night. Stay tuned. We're going to look at a quick replay of the landing. Check it out. And until next time, stay safe. VREF Simmer is signing off. I'll see all of you in the air again soon. Take care.
San Francisco Tower, Walker 563 off of 28 left, taxi to Beacon.
Walker 560, next park can be Alpha, monitor ground.
flat on the ground.